Hey guys, welcome to this video. And today I want to talk to you a little bit of what I know about getting motivated. What I mean by this is that a lot of people in their jobs or in their businesses, they know they have to do stuff, or they have some goals and they know some activities they need to do in order to achieve this stuff, but they don't feel motivated to do it. This happens a lot. It has happened to me, and it's normal. And in order to break this or to change this, you need to understand a little bit about how your brain works. Now, before going into topic, I want to do a disclaimer here, in which I want to tell you that I am not an expert. So don't take my word as an expert's word. This is just my experience, my knowledge, and I'm giving it to you because I believe that it might help you. But don't take my word as the only source because I am not an expert in this topic. So what is the thing I want to tell you? When you don't feel motivated, you need to understand how your brain works and why it's not feeling motivated. This can be by a lot of reasons, but there is one reason that has helped me a lot. And this reason is understanding what is dopamine and how it works. Now, dopamine is a chemical that your brain produces that actually is what makes you feel good with yourself. Whenever you do some activities, the other activities you do, they produce a certain amount of dopamine in your brain, and this dopamine makes you feel good. So when you take a walk, you produce some dopamine that makes you feel good. When you do a workout, that produces dopamine and that makes you feel good. When you work on your business and you achieve the goals, that produces dopamine and it makes you feel good. So the thing is that not all the activities produce the same amount of dopamine. So when you go and eat trash food, like a McDonald's food, that produces way more dopamine than, for example, eating a healthy food. Or when you go and play video games all the day, that produces way more dopamine than, for example, working in your business. Now, this would not be problematic if your brain would not become a dopamine addict. Think about yourself as a dopamine addict. So you always need dopamine in order to feel good and to feel motivated. So when you do a lot of activities like playing video games, you produce dopamine in your brain, and your brain becomes addicted to this dopamine. So whenever you go back and you work in your own business, or you go to your job and start working, this activity and these achievements that you get by doing this may not create the exact levels of dopamine than playing video games or than other activities like eating trash food or watching porn. So your brain says, hey, this other activity was better, I felt better with it. Now I need that amount of dopamine. I am not getting it, I am depressed. I am sad, I am not motivated. Right? So my recommendation is whenever someone tells you, or remember that thing that your father tells you, hey, don't play too much video games, focus on studying, they were a little bit right. And they were right in psychologically right, because when you limit the time you use playing video games, or you limit the time eating trash food or doing these kinds of activities that are not driving you to success, what you are doing is that you are limiting the amount of dopamine your brain is receiving, and you are teaching your brain to get satisfaction from the other activities that are actually driving you to results, like doing sports, like working on your business, like studying, like learning, or just taking a walk, even going out with your friends. So you want these activities to be the dopamine producers, so your brain gets used to this amount of dopamine and feels good with it. So now, of course, this is just a bit of advice. As I said when I started the video, I am not an expert in this. So if you want if you want to know this in a deeper level, go to the internet, look for a psychology, and ask them and ask them, because I am not an expert in that. But applying this law, applying this technique has helped me a lot. Whenever I stop playing video games, or I limit the time of playing video games, I feel more motivated with myself. Whenever I start playing a lot of video games, I get depressed. The same happens with eating trash food. And the same happens with making sports. So this is a bit of advice, guys. Hope you find value in this, and see you tomorrow.